Who am I? Now, for a little bit of piece of the game today, you might have thought it was Tom Brady got all of his rings stuck down his throat. But who am I? Come on, you gotta know who I am, right? I'm Joe Cook. Of course! Maybe Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Holy shit! What an extravaganza this NFC Championship game was. A stupendous bout filled with shenanigans and greatness and also sheer unmitigated total stupidity. The likes of which you rarely see on such a big stage. My God. And one thing holds true. Well, two things. One, you should smash that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter. So that way when these things happen, we can chat and interact on Twitter. And then when I do videos about this type of stuff, you can make sure that you watch them. That's one thing that's true. Number two is not that Tom Brady's the GOAT, because that was already clearly established, and everything he's done this season has just added to that legacy. Not that the Packers are wasting Aaron Rodgers by having him only still get to one Super Bowl in his career. Well, that's been established. They've been wasting him for years. It's got to suck. Be the Bears and never have one, never have an elite quarterback, or actually have one back-to-back with Favre and Rodgers and win a whopping 2 Super Bowls. Yes, it's 2 Super Bowls, but how many more should you have won? I mean, that's got to suck, too. Now, the one thing that holds true is that the Jeff Jinx lives! Yes! 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 I was starting to wonder if I was warming up. I was starting to wonder if the Jinx vibes would go away. But they didn't. Oh, sweet Jesus, Lord Almighty, thank the Lord they did it. Because as much as I get tired of seeing Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, and now I got to see it for a 10th time, 10 times! That's one thing. Having to watch as cheeseheads celebrate and get themselves built up over 2 weeks for the chance of winning another Lombardi trophy that they can take back to Titletown, USA, that I can't deal with. So yes, I had to pick the Packers. And yes, I had to pretend like it seemed like I was interested in them. Because I suck. And because I suck, it means those things that I'm associated with. See the team that I root for in the NFL, the Bears. That Jeff Jinx is powerful and it is strong. I don't know what the hell it was, though. Because it was something in this game. Like, the Buccaneers came out immediately from Jump Street. Big play to Mike Evans. A couple plays later, boom. Touchdown. Buccaneers are up 7-0. Just like that. And the Packers weren't able to respond in the first quarter. But then the Buccaneers didn't get some additional points on the board before Green Bay was able to score. You get the Valdez-Scantling touchdown early in the second, and all of a sudden it's 7-7. And you're sitting there saying, okay, we know what this is about to be. This is about to be a shootout. This is about to be a barn burner. And by God, it ultimately ended up being, but maybe not in all the ways that you necessarily anticipated. But as you went through the second quarter, the Packers had some trouble containing the Buccaneers' pass rush. The Packers had some trouble getting some consistency in terms of the rhythm of their offense. And, the really big play here in that first half came right before the half. The missed hold by Sean Murphy bunting, which led to the pick. That was thing, and there were certainly several calls throughout the course of the game. But let's be clear here. Only punks and bitches and pussies and whiny crybabies blame the refs. You have so many other reasons why the Buccaneers won this game, or just as not more importantly, why the Green Bay Packers lost this game. Yeah, it was a missed call. But there are plenty of missed calls. Like how many times the Packers get away with a clear and present delay of game penalty that never gets called on them. I could go on and on and on. But that even wasn't the big play. It was the decision by the Buccaneers late in that first half. It's 4th down. Originally, it looks like they're maybe going to try and kick a field goal. And instead, they come back out, and they go for it on 4th. They get it. And then with 8 seconds to go, refs put a couple seconds back on the clock after the timeout. The Buccaneers sat there and went aggressive. And Packers fans once again got to live through the experience of the Mike Pettin Masterpiece Theater, Why would you want to have safety help over the top in that situation when Kenny King stinks? Because you're just going to let him get burned by Scotty Miller. Scotty too hot, he burned your ass. I was sad he didn't bust out the worm in the end zone. Like, that was a huge play. And the Buccaneers were up 21-10 at the half, and you're sitting there saying, ooh. The Packers failed to get more points on the board before half, even though they get the ball in the first of the second half. The Buccaneers are now up 2 scores. And then they come out from the half, and the Packers, you got Aaron Jones with the fumble. The Buccaneers return it. Next play, Tom Brady over the top, touchdown, boom, just like that. It's 28-10, and a lot of people are ready to say this one's over, and that the Buccaneers have already stamped their ticket to the Super Bowl in Tampa. But not so fast. Things got really squirrely and really interesting in this second half. Like, if a couple of things would have went differently in this game, we would have been talking about this being an all-time legacy choke job for Tom Brady. Because those 3 second-half picks were bad. The third one was a glorified arm punt, I'll give you that. But the first 2 were really bad. You can blame on Mike Evans all you want. Bad throws are bad throws. Quarterback's got to eat that too, even when you're the GOAT. But a big problem here, and a big major reason why the Packers lost this game, was they were getting turnovers, forcing turnovers in the second half, and failed to convert. They got 6 second-half points off of 3 Tom Brady interceptions. You got Tom Brady coughing, you want the fucking ball? And you want to get cutesy and you want to try and get it all back at once and you want to get away from your offensive rhythm and what's worked for you? You deserve to lose this game. But even still, even in spite of all of that, having to deal with the Buccaneers, and you're a Bucs fan, I imagine it's been driving you nuts all year, and it continues. All the first-round dive plays up the middle in the running game. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, everybody can see it coming. Everybody knows it's coming. But even then, the Packers have the ball. It's 28-23. Couple of minutes left. The Packers get into the red zone. And then on 3 straight plays, fail to get it in. The slant to Lazard was behind him, so that's on Rodgers. Third down, Rodgers, instead of taking off and running with it and potentially being able to score the touchdown, throws into double coverage across his body. He's lucky he didn't get picked. So now you're sitting there 4th down, a little over 2 minutes to go, and you're saying, and I tweeted this before it happened, if the Packers get into a 4th down situation, do they really kick the field goal here and run the risk of trusting their defense to stop this Buccaneers offense, which they've barely done all game outside of the Tom Brady picks? The answer is yes! Down 8, with one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, inside the Buccaneers 10, with a little over 2 minutes to go, seeing how this Mike Pettin coach defense have been getting torched all game, Matt LaFleur, in all of his infinite wisdom, I guess that's what happens when Sean McVay queefs in your general vicinity. Everybody's got a hard on for you. He decides, we're going to take the points here. We're going to kick a field goal and only be down 5, and we'll have our timeouts. Like, really? You play chicken shit football. You play conservative football. You deserve to lose, period. The Buccaneers, right before the first half ended, the big bomb to Scotty Miller over the top, touchdown. They basically stole 7 points right before the half. Now in this situation, with your season on the line and not knowing what's going to come next year, this might be your last best shot at it, and it certainly was your best shot at it that you've had in recent years. You're finally not only in an NFC Championship game at home. You know, you've lost other NFC Championship games, but they've all been on the road. This one you've got at Lambeau, frozen tundra, against a warm weather team, and you're going to kick a field goal? Unbelievable. Which I thought was only going to be trumped by the Tampa Bay return man, Mickens, going down intentionally before the 2-minute warning. What the hell are you doing? You almost really screwed it up for your team there. Because now you basically allowed the Packers, with their 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, you gave them an extra timeout by doing so. It was so stupid. And then the Buccaneers come first down throw. That was actually a great play call. Get it to Mike Evans. He picks up like 7. So you got second and a few. Now pressure's on Packers. Come out of the 2-minute warning. Packers intentionally go offside. That was actually smart. Give the Buccaneers a first down. The clock stops so you don't run the 10 seconds off. And you got 3 timeouts. So you get a defensive stop. It's over. And the Buccaneers don't decline it. What the hell are you doing? Decline the penalty at 2nd and 3. Take your 2 shots here. Because if you get 1 first down, it's basically over. Like, they're lucky this paid off. And both teams, frankly, had some really mind-numbing, stupid moments. And I know a lot of Packers fans are going to look at that big 3rd down where Kevin King gets called for the clear and obvious grabbing of the jersey, the pass interference, and say, well, you weren't calling that crap all game. Why did they choose to call it now? 1, I agree with you. They let these guys get away a lot in this game. 2, you have to call that one. The dude's jersey was pulled back. Give me a fucking break. Now, Saints fans are sitting there saying, oh, you want to call that pass interference? I got that, but come on now. And even on the last 3rd down, like there was no resistance to the end around to Chris Godwin. Like I was thinking, hey, maybe the Buccaneers will try to draw up something where they get the ball out of Brady's hands, give it to somebody, let him run around until there's less than 40 seconds, go down, and game is over. Instead, what happens? They just run it end around, and the Packers just let them get it. Like, that's a choke job by Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, and they're all accountable. It's not solely a choke job by Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely the hell not. He's not the one playing on defense that's getting roasted all game by the Bucs receivers and Leonard Fournette. He's not the dumb dick defensive coordinator that makes Packers fans long for the days of Dom Capers and Mike Pettin. No. He's not the numbskull idiot in over his head coach who has gotten a team to the NFC Championship game for a second straight year. At this time, when he has a chance to potentially get even, force at least overtime, or at least have a chance to put the game and the ball in the hands of one of the best players in NFL history at the quarterback position, he chooses to kick a field goal. He had more trust in Mason Crosby and the goddamn Packers defense coached by Mike Pettin's masterpiece theater than he did Aaron freaking Rodgers. I guess it's a collective and group effort by the Packers, and they choked. They were the home team. They choked. There is no other way to put that. Now, when you look at Matt LaFleur's decision in particular to go for the field goal there, down 8 with a little over 2 minutes to go, like that should be a legendary decision that is taught to coaches around the league and throughout football for generations to come. As a perfect example of when you play this John Fox style of chicken shit football, bad things are going to happen. You will lose. You must understand your situation. You must understand your game. You're going to show trust in a defense that has done absolutely nothing to prove that they deserve that trust even during this game, let alone the whole season, but especially in this spot. And now the Buccaneers sit there, benefactors of choking less, and there was certainly plenty of choke in this game for them, but ultimately they choked less than Green Bay did, and now after 3 straight road victories in the playoffs, we got to watch Tom Brady in the Super Bowl for the 10th time. Bruce Arians' first time. First time a team is actually going to play in a Super Bowl that their city is hosting. Oh, good Lord. So let me know, folks, what you think about this. Is this it for the Packers? Is it all downhill from here? Or are they going to get back in this spot next year and figure out a different and new and unique way to choke and screw this shit up? Hey, if you're a Packers fan, how pissed off are you right now? How irritated are you right now? And what are you blaming? And what are you putting this loss on the shoulders of or at the feet of? I know you want Mike Pettin fired. You got to. And if you're a Bucs fan, and not one that just came over because of Tom Brady, but a real Bucs fan, like, how you feeling? Does it feel weird that Tom Brady is taking the Buccaneers to the Super Bowl? Jesus. He got 6 rings. I guess he's winning one for the second middle finger now, so he can point it straight at Bill Belichick and say, I got your 6-time quarterback right here, bitch. Meanwhile, the Packers, y'all gonna get some lozenges, because y'all choked this one the fuck away.